and joining me is Jake Horton from Team Australia. Jake, welcome to Central Florida.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So I have a lot of questions because I'm not a water skier. I'm not a show skier. So when did you start skiing? And we'll just go through all of it and get to where you are here today in Winter Haven, Florida.
Yeah, so I started skiing at a really young age. I was actually 2 years old the first time I took to the water. So my parents were involved in water skiing and got me straight out there, and then joined our local show ski team as I grew up through my teenage years, and haven't looked back. I've been show skiing ever since.
Well, we've got teams from all over the world and individuals from all over the world. You're from Australia.
Yep.
You're part of Team Australia. First, before I ask how you were selected to be on the team, where at in Australia are you from?
I'm from Perth in Western Australia, so West Coast.
Okay. And for those of us that are Australian challenged, what's near there?
Not much.
Okay.
Perth in Western Australia is right on the West Coast, and it's pretty secluded. It's by itself. A lot of all the rest of the things in Australia are on the East Coast, so all the other major cities, Sydney, Melbourne, Queensland, are all East Coast based, and then there's just desert in the middle.
Okay, all right. So what got you involved in water ski, and how did it become a passion for you? Because honestly, this is a cradle to the grave type sport. You can do it your whole life. What got you involved, and then what was that moment where you're like, this is what I want to do?
Like I said, parents got me into water skiing at a very young age, so sort of grew up with the sport. It's a fantastic family sport. I always say it's probably the best family sport there is. Everyone can be involved, everyone can get on the water, mum and dad in the boat. And then show skiing just sort of led into that. Allows you to do all the different aspects of water skiing, so not just stuck on one discipline, just wakeboarding or wake surfing or slalom skiing. It allows you to do everything and spend time with the team, your family. So yeah, it's a great sport and a great team sport.
So you talk about the disciplines for our viewers at home that maybe don't know what that means. Go through the parts that you focus on, and then maybe some of the other areas of water skiing.
Yeah, so I really probably don't have a specialty as such. I really enjoy freestyle jumping, which is what I'll be competing
you're a
in
jumper.
on Sunday. Yep.
Okay.
So freestyle jump is definitely a passion, but yeah, I like to barefoot, hydrofoil, trick ski, little bit of wakeboarding. So yeah, all rounder really.
Okay, so are the jumpers the equivalent to the bull riders and the rodeo? Are they the ones that you're like, are they really going to try that? Did they really just do that? Is that a fair comparison?
Yeah, it probably is. It's a bit like that. So they're definitely probably the most out there, the guys that are going to put it on the line and go really big. So I always think of it a little bit like a cross between a football player, real hard on in there, and the finesse of the freestyle snow skiers sort of thing.
Okay, so when they come out here, our viewers at home, they're like, oh, okay, so I'm going to go out there. Of course, it's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, right here at Martin Luther King Park, Lake Silver, downtown Winter Haven. But if they come out and see you jumping, what are some of the tricks? What are some of the things? I heard you talk about get big air and do all those things. Talk to us a little bit about what jumping means to you and what tricks you're going to be doing.
Yeah, so the freestyle jump team is pretty stacked, the individuals line up, so going to see a lot of great freestyle jumpers from all around the world. A lot of one ski action, which is a lot harder because you're trying to stay planted and over top of that one single ski, doing 35 mile an hour, cutting into the ramp, so probably talking upwards of 40, 42 mile an hour, and they're trying to get out there and go over that 70-foot buoy. So they're going for distance, trying to get as much height as they can, and on top of that do a backflip, a front flip, or a backflip with a twist. So it's going to be a lot of crazy jumps out there.
Okay, definitely don't want to miss it out here at Lake Silver. The 2022, you can see it out there, World Water Ski Show Tournament. So this event, obviously, to be part of the Australian team, I'm assuming you had to qualify, or you had to take us through that process, because this is an Olympic-style event.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So we had a selection process. So we have a nationals competition in Australia every 2 years, opposite to the World Championships, because we've got to travel so far. So we basically did our selection off the previous nationals, so where people placed, and you had to apply, and depending on where you placed was what pick you got. So I think Australia was allowed to have 5 positions in the tournament for freestyle jump and 5 for swivel skiing and doubles. So yeah, the top 5 guys from the country basically put their name into the ballot and got picked out.
Yeah, right on. So this event was actually supposed to be hosted in Australia in 2020.
That's correct.
And right as the event was supposed to start, of course we know COVID was in 2020,
Yep.
but actually things started shutting down right at the time this event was supposed to happen in Australia. So obviously COVID was a bad thing all the way around, but it had to be disappointing not to be able to compete in your home country.
Yeah, look, it was crushing. We were so close to the event. It was days out from the event when it got cancelled. A lot of people would put massive amounts of work, like people put their lives on hold for 2 years in the planning processes and setting it up. So to have all of the teams there, we'd already been practicing with everyone, and then for it to get shut down at the last minute, so close to the tournament date, yeah, it was pretty disappointing.
Is there a lot of water skiing and more poignantly show skiing in Australia? Is it a big sport in Australia?
It is, I guess, if you not compared to the US, but population-wise, we only have 3 teams. I think over here there's probably 70 plus teams across the US. So on population, it's probably fairly similar, but a lot more specific discipline skiing. Probably water skiing is definitely big, but
Gotcha.
people will tournament like 3-event ski or barefoot or wakeboard. So,
Well, do you know where the water ski capital of the world is?
for us or over here,
No, of the world, not of Australia, not of US. So you're going to claim it.
we'll claim it. I'm always going to try and claim it.
Well, you're wrong. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I don't know if you know this, there's a rich tradition here in Polk County, in Winter Haven, of course, Cypress Gardens, with the
Cypress
Pope
Gardens.
family. Of course, that's now Legoland Florida Resort, where we'll be tomorrow night for the opening ceremonies. But very much a rich tradition. But the 100th anniversary of the sport has been celebrated this year. And, of course, we've been going all out because so many people have come to this location for years and years and years, because in our northern states, Wisconsin and Illinois, and states like that, and they're not water skiing in the winter, so they were coming down here. It was like spring break for water skiing down here. But you were saying you want to lay claim to Australia being the water ski capital of the world. Why is that?
I guess we have our own little water ski capital over in Australia, so a lot of water skiing revolves around New South Wales and Mulwala, the water ski club over there. So they have a really nice facility. That's where we were hosting the 2020 World. So that's our little water ski capital, I guess. But Florida can't look past it for 100 years of water skiing. And
maybe we'll get with our crew here at PGTV. Maybe we can come to Australia, take the camera crew with us, and compare the two facilities.
Yeah.
You guys will host us?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm seeing a lot of nodding of heads over here.
2025 Worlds in Australia.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I was actually going to bring that up. So not able to host the event in 2020 because of the shutdowns with COVID, but it's coming back to Australia in 2025. So another opportunity to compete on the home soil. Yeah. I guess the home water.
Yep. Yeah, looking forward to it.
What goes into the preparation for, obviously you have to practice, then you have to try out and be selected, but then what is the process of coming together as a team? And then, how is it funded? Because obviously there's some expenses coming all the way to the U.S. for this event. So talk to us about, once you made the team, what has that process been like?
Yeah, so on a normal Worlds for us, where we'd bring a whole Australian team over, we actually wouldn't meet the whole team until we get to the US. So we tend to come over 2 weeks prior to the tournament.
Right.
Because we live on opposite coasts and it's a 6-hour flight between, we don't get the opportunity to all get together as a team and train. So it's a lot of individual training, a lot of knowing what your teammates can do, talking about the show preparation, and then flying over here and spend the 2 weeks getting ready for the tournament and then skiing the tournament. So all our guys and girls are self-funded. We don't get a lot of sponsorship. Same deal. We don't have the population and the backing. So Yeah, a lot of people are self-funded, which is one of the things that hurt us from bringing a team over this time. We see COVID. We sort of
a lot of those opportunities have been missed because of the
we got COVID a bit delayed to the rest of the world, Europe and then the States, and then Australia being an island, we managed to keep it at bay for a long time, and eventually it got in. So I think the East Coast had 208 days where they were locked down in their homes, and it took a toll on the businesses, and people just couldn't fund in time to get over here for this one.
I want to go back just because I'm so curious about it, because I'm not a water skier. I'm certainly not a jumper, because you got to do one to be able to do the other. If we have a lot of young viewers, what would you say to them about getting into the sport of water skiing and then taking that chance to go off that ramp and try to make something spectacular happen?
Yeah, well, there's lots of places to go out there. So I guess for the States people, getting onto USA Water Ski, looking up your local team, getting in contact with them, that's the best way to start. Any of the local shows that are around, go down, introduce yourself, talk to them, and everyone's extremely friendly. They'll be more than happy to get you out on the water and start from the basics and work all the way through. Or if you do have the skills and you're out there slalom skiing, or even just riding around on two skis or been skiing before, they'll take you from there and train you to do what you need to do to be in the shows.
Well, like you said, it's a great family sport. And of course, in Auburndale, we have the Elite Cable Park, where you're able to learn how to ski. And then, you don't need a boat, you don't need a driver and a spotter, all that. You can learn how to do that, and certainly they would like to help out with that. Jake, so thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. Appreciate you traveling all the way over here, and good luck to you on the jump competition.
Oh, thank you, and thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more videos from Sports Central, click the video below and be sure to like, share, and subscribe.